Hello, I am a guy that looks like he's wearing well. Okay, let me start over. Hi, I look like Slenderman with a baseball cap and stuff. So, today I'm gonna be talking for a long time for one reason. One reason. And that reason is I want someone to do a voiceover. Well, not really a voiceover. But if any of you have heard of Blasphemous HD and watch his videos, subscribe to him like I am, and you see him react to people see him react to these videos that make him look really bad. And so I see him laugh at himself, having a really good time, and I kind of want to laugh at myself too. So I'm gonna try to get people to make fun of me. So I'm gonna say a whole bunch of stuff, and I want to see what you guys come up with. I'll probably send this video to other people so they can do voiceovers of me, or I keep saying voiceovers, so they can switch my words around to make them sound really bad. Fair warning, if you're gonna watch all the way through, there's gonna be some swearing, and there's gonna be some inappropriate stuff that I really don't like to put on my channel. And so, fair warning, it can get pretty messed up. Probably more messed up than an About Me video where I talked about my suicidal history. So now I'm gonna start talking about a whole bunch of stuff and see what people can make out of what I do. So I like to see furry videos, like, if you didn't notice, I was a furry. I like to watch furry videos of all this different type of art. And a really funny story. One time I was at school and I looked up how to draw furry. Because, I want to learn how to do stuff like that myself. I got an animating program, I got a drawing program. Well, I don't have a drawing program yet. The best I have is Paint now. But I'm going to get stuff like that later. And my first video is gonna come up, and I'm not gonna say anything else except that. But, so I was looking up how to draw a furry, and there's this one cheetah that comes up when I was watching the video, and the guy right next to me, who has the same name I do, watches me watch it, and there's this one drawing of a furry wearing a sleeveless shirt that has no past here, no sleeves, and it was kind of buttoned up purple, and she was holding sushi. This cheetah was holding sushi with her chopsticks, and to him that looked amazingly inappropriate. So he was like, "Oh my god, you cannot watch that at school." I'm like, "What's wrong with it? This stuff is appropriate to see." I mean, sure, she's got what pretty much every woman has, like bulging breasts up against their shirt. Because really, if you have any breasts, you can't squish them down to making them look like you don't have any breasts. You can't do that. So there's gonna be some bumps. And I tell him that, and he doesn't believe me. I show my English teacher, and she was okay with it. Then I realize, I just think it's best not to look at the video at all at school. But when I look at it at home, it gets a little more showy after that one. So apparently he was right that the video was inappropriate, but only because he saw that one clip. And so when I watched it later, there were like bandages over the nipples, like one of those bras that just go like a ribbon goes around the back of your neck and goes over like your nipples, and then that's your bra. So that's what they were showing later. Don't know if I'm gonna put a link to the description in the bottom. I mean, link in the description on the bottom of what that video was. I might not. I might. I don't know. But, yeah. You know, sometimes what do I do? So one time, I'm not gonna tell you the guy's name. Honestly, I don't know his real name, but I'm not even gonna give him his online. I'm not gonna give you his online name. But one time I was talking to this guy on Twitter, and me and him were talking about art, what kind of art we like, and just to mess with him, I said, "Do you like YIF?" For if you don't know, YIF is like free porn, and he says, "Kinda." I didn't expect that, so I just put an emoji of me blushing on the chat, because we weren't gonna make this conversation public. We were just putting it in the chat room, and I hope I'm not too hard to understand, but too hard to understand. But I didn't expect him to say, yeah, he liked YIF. So, what else? I do a bunch of. I try to do all kinds of art. Like, I'm trying to do knitting. Well, it's not really knitting, but it's just with, like, thread. And I'm trying to make a clothing that has no stitch marks on it, because you didn't stitch anything. It's just one piece of fabric that's a piece of clothing. And I'm having a lot of trouble with it. Like, you know how yarn is like, what people usually knit with? It's like really thick, so you know where you're supposed to put your needle through the yarn. Well, thread is a lot smaller, so it's hard to see where you're putting your needle. Plus, it's so small that you can't even position it right. And I posted a picture of me wearing a really creepy bunny mask. Wait, well, I'm gonna get it. It's really hard to see in this thing. I put on this bunny mask that was supposed to be really cute. Turned out not to be. So I put my camera at this torn ceiling that makes me look like a pedophile, because actually I was intending to look a bit threatening, but in a joking manner. I put the bunny mask on, I go over to my bed, and I lift the camera up so you can only see the the window, and the torn ceiling. And I was like, this was supposed to be cute. And I failed at that. So, the reason my ceiling is torn is because this used to be my brother's room, and I moved into it because I needed my privacy, and he wasn't at the age where he needed his privacy. if you're getting my drift. Um, awkward silence. I can't show my face because my mother thinks that pedophiles are out there looking for children on the internet, and apparently you know my address just by looking at my face. I'm sorry if I'm turning to the side because I can only see through this one crack right here. I can only see what I look like through that one crack. And I broke my sunglasses, so I can't put holes in them, and then put. Let me see something. Where are my scissors? Okay, so I can't find my scissors. But I got a garbage bag. And that's worth something, I think. This is probably impossible to do anything with. Because Blasphemous HD says all this really shitty stuff. This really, like, nobody knows why he hasn't been banned yet. Like, he says so much really perverted shit. And people can make whatever they want out of that. But I don't have the nerve to say what he says on his channel. Anyway, my persona, just to say a bunch of stuff. My persona is a orange fox with blue hair and like orange wings but with blue feathers. Just to put that out there. And I tried making my own fursuit. Yuki, if you're watching this, I know I tried very hard to make a fursuit. I can't. Yeah, I might when I'm older, but I'm just gonna have to maybe buy one when I got the money. But I can't make a fursuit yet. So that sucks. So you want to see a pretty lady? Got a pretty lady up here. Yeah, there she is. I made this woman. This is my doing. Ain't she pretty? Ain't she pretty? Well, I got her listed on Etsy if you want to buy her. She's really cheap, like $5 I think, including shipping. So you're not paying anywhere over $5. Actually, you know what? I think she might be $7. I'm not sure. You're gonna have to go see see what she looks like. You already know what she looks like. You're gonna have to see what oh, sorry. You're gonna have to see how much she is in the description on Etsy. I'll put a link to the script. I'll put a link to my Etsy page in the description. You can see. Maybe you can be the first one to buy this girl, and then you can own her because you paid for her. Anyway, I've always wanted to. I kinda think I'm good with kids whenever I try to. So maybe I'm gonna try babysitting, but I won't. Probably. Just whenever I'm with kids, I think I do good with them. That's all I can say. Like me, I really enjoy my imagination. So, with the imagination that children have, I can kind of go along with that. Now I'm secretly trying to say something that means that, like, inherently means something else. So that this will be a much funnier video. Well, not this one right here, but the video that people make of whatever I say is funnier. So what can I say that has some words that people can scramble around? I almost got nothing. I don't think I have much to say. Except, don't look directly into the sun, especially into a solar eclipse. One time I did look directly into a solar eclipse, but it was like a crescent solar eclipse, so it wasn't that bad. It was actually better than the summer sun. And I cannot look at a summer sun longer than 30 seconds. No, wait. I definitely can't get to 30 seconds. I can only make about 3 seconds. So recently I went whitewater rafting. That was fun. But one time the instructor said you could jump off the boat and take a swim. That's what I thought he said. What he really meant was that you could jump off the raft and go through the rapids where you can hardly breathe, and you have like 2 seconds to take all the breath you're gonna have in 30 seconds. And that was the scariest experience of my life. Yeah, that was fun. Man, I'm just trying to say so much stuff to make me sound completely wrong. But I just don't have the nerve to say it. The type of stuff that people would. Hold on, my alarm's going off. My child is ready. There, my child is dead now. So now he can enjoy his dead puppies in hell. Well, I'm trying to say screwed up stuff, but I don't think this is gonna go over well. Now I'm gonna try to go to Blossoms HD's channel and find his Blossoms HD Try Not to Laugh challenges, and go to the guy who made them and try to get him to screw up my conversations or what I've been saying, so that sounds super wrong and super funny. There are eyes under here. Did you know that? Did you know I had eyes? You probably didn't. I also have ears. Nah, I'm kidding. I just cut everything off and sewn it back together, and I'm using my mind powers to talk right now because I don't have a mouth. I'm also using a portal in my lung tubes, and there's actually a hole in my back to help me breathe. So yeah, I just cut all the holes out of my face and sewn it together so it's just one clump of skin. Also, I absolutely never put my head in the sun because I'm afraid of it turning the same color as my hands. And I don't want to be that black. I'm so sorry for saying that. I'm like, seriously, I'm so sorry. I suck. Okay. So, what else? Wait, how long is this been going on for? It doesn't say. 20 minutes. Oh, it does say. 20 minutes. So yeah, I hope you got enough stuff out of my mouth for me to get totally in trouble. And they're gonna be, if someone makes a Tint Star Pointer Try Not to Laugh challenge, I'm gonna react to that for my next videos. Or if it doesn't, I'm gonna be doing something else for my next video. Bye.